Philosophy. Philosophy is nothing other than the study of things that are invisible and that happened only once. Part 4. The geometry of once. There are patterns the world accepts, and then there are those that undo the world. Geometry, in the common mind, is the art of predictable shapes, the circle, the triangle, the square, forms that repeat and can be taught, cut, sold, drawn on chalkboards, and sewn into flags. These shapes obey. They comply. They loop. They return. But the geometry of once is not like that. It is not a pattern, but the end of pattern. Not the repetition of form, but its surrender. Not the closed loop, but the trembling of a line that dares never to return. You have seen this geometry, though you may not have known it by name. You saw it once, perhaps, in the face of a dying man who understood something the living could not, or in the shape the wind made through a child's hair before the accident, or in the gesture a mother made when letting go, not just of a hand, but of the future, or in the silence that fell when a man told the truth for the first and only time in his life. These are geometries that do not repeat. They do not crystallize into doctrine. They are not curriculum. They cannot be passed down. They do not scale. They happen and they are gone, and yet they mark you forever. That is the paradox. The geometry of once cannot be taught, but it can be recognized. Not in others, but in you. Only after the fact. Only when it is too late. Only when everything changed and you didn't understand why. Philosophy, true philosophy, is not the study of argument. It is the study of that mark. The mark left by the unrepeatable. It is not enough to name it. You must dwell with it, to sit by its side, to let it change your gait, your syntax, your way of walking through a room. It is not in the idea. It is in the wound. That is the geometry of once. A wound in the fabric of regular time. A tear in the cloth of habit. And the Zero Friction Machine Company, it trades in these wounds. Not to heal them, not to sell them, but to carve their shape into language, to allow the wound to speak again. The fragments are that, not products of progress, but of loss. Loss that was once sacred, but has now been made stupid by the blinding floodlight of logic. We do not aim to restore ignorance. We aim to restore reverence, because something happened once, and you know it, even if no one else does, even if you've never told a soul. Philosophy does not need to know the content of that moment. It only needs to acknowledge there was a once. That is enough. That is everything.